them had to go first. White Sox lead over the Twins in the AL Central down to a half a game. There was Ozzie trying to stay loose. Expletive deleted. The Twins' normally outstanding defense, where was it? The top of the fourth, Denard Span and Carlos Gomez collide, and nobody can catch the Jim Thome shot that goes for a double. Jermaine Dye in the third. I mean, Span catches everything. Later in the inning, Chicago leading 2-1, runners in the corners and 2 out. Alexi Ramirez, soft chop in the third. Brian Busher can't get a grip. Thome scores. White Sox a 3-1 lead. We're still that same inning. The bases are loaded. Here's Juan Uribe. Line drive off the arm of Kevin Slowey. Slowey then throws to first, sort of, throws it way past first, clears the bases. 6-1 Chicago. Slowey would leave the game after 3 2/3 right wrist contusion. Bobby Jenks is in the bottom of the 8th. Twins down 6-4. Here's Gomez. He went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs. It's 6-5. Next batter, it's Span. Shot down the right field line. Span had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. And he's going in the third with a triple. Twins battle all the way back from 6-1 to tie it at 6. Go-ahead run at third. The AL batting leader, Joe Mauer, grounds out to first. They strand the runner. We remain tied. On to the 10th we go. Joe Nathan working his second inning. Here facing Jermaine Dye. And nails him on the outside corner. Nathan worked 2 perfect innings to keep it all locked up. Bottom 10th, Bobby Jenks, his 3rd inning of work. The winning run 90 feet away, Alexi Casilla.
Liner to center, and the Twins move into first place.
Casilla gets it done. Twins score 6 unanswered. Take over first place for the first time in over a month. That is the NL wild card. Mets tied up with the Brewers. First up, Cubs, Big Shea Pedro getting ready for his last regular season start at Shea for a variety of reasons. He walks Ryan Terrio in a 3-3 game in the top of the 7th. Martinez, by the way, struck out 9, passes Kurt Schilling, 14th on the all-time list. Martinez gone. Next batter. You know, Lou Piniella, he went with his B lineup. This is his second team. Say hi to Micah Hoffpower. Get out of town off Ricardo Rincon. 3-run shot, second homer of the game. He went 5 for 5, Hoffpower did. Kid's never had more than 2 hits in a game. He's the first Cub ever with 5 hits at Shea. Bottom 8, Mets trail 6-4. Runners in the corners and 2 down, Ramon Martinez. Making his first start for the Mets. That's a base hit off Bobby Howry. Carlos Beltran scores 6-5. Robinson Cancel. Base hit to right. Kosuke Fukudome fields and fires. The throw beats the runner Ryan Church, but that's not enough. How about Church eludes the tag of Coy Hill? I mean, that should have been out by a mile, right? Wrong. Great job by Church. It's a heck of a throw and nothing to show for it. Tremendous slide. Bottom 9, Jose Reyes is on first. We're tied at 6, and it's raining. Daniel Murphy.
I'll have more on that later.
Can't get the bunt down. A number of times, by the way, he couldn't get the bunt down. 2-2 pitch. Yeah, he's still bunting. And you know, when you foul off a 2-strike pitch from trying to bunt,
you're out.
That's a strikeout. 1 out. Jerry Manuel, I don't know if somebody blew the sign, but certainly somebody blew the bunting opportunity and talking about it with the youngster. Next batter, Kevin Hart. Strikes out David Wright, but Reyes able to steal second. There's 2 down. 2 batters later now. Yeah, nerves at Shea. Here's Carlos Beltran. And Beltran just off the glove of the diving Hoffpower at first. Reyes scores the winning run for Beltran. The 7th career walk-off hit for him. Great timing.
So the Brewers need a win against the Bucks to keep pace. Yovani Gallardo getting the start, making his first start since May 1st. Remember, he tore his ACL against the Cubs, 145 days in the DL, but he comes out firing in the 3rd. Jason Michaels, Freddie Sanchez, and finally Nate McLeod. Behold the power of cheese. Gallardo K's the side in the 3rd, 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. Comes back out in the 4th, leading 1-zip. Steve Pearce, he gets a hold of that one. His 3rd of the year, so we are tied at 1. Gallardo taken out, 4 innings pitched, 1 run, 67 pitches. Now the Brewers, 1 loss to the Pirates all year. Thursday would not be a good night for number 2. We go to the 9th. Runner on first, 1 out. Solomon Torres for the Crew. Andy LaRoche. Fly ball to right center. Corey Hart coming over and makes the clutch defensive play. So 2 we got. Ronnie Paulino Gets on base, first and second for Doug Minkiewicz, but Torres pitching out of the jam. Miller Park just going bonkers. A sellout crowd is loud inside the dome. We go to the 10th with 2 outs and a man on. Mitch Stetter, he's in for one batter, and that's to get McLeod out, and he does. Brewers bullpen working well in this one. All right, home half of the 10th, Ricky Weeks leads off with a single. C&I single. It's a base hit on Freddie Sanchez's glove. Same inning, Craig Counsell then with 2 outs, works a walk. So that loads him up for Ryan Braun. 2 outs, Ryan Braun. 2-2 pitch. Cheddar is better. His 36th homer of the season, just 2nd of September, a grand slam. First grand slam, first go homer. Here's how it sounds if you happen to be listening to the dulcet tones of Bob Uecker.
2-2 on the way. Swing and a drive to left. Way back. Way gone. Grand slam, Ryan Braun. It's a walk-off slam at Miller Park. And it is party time at home plate.
It is quite a party there. First walk-off granny by a Brewer since 1992. First granny of the season for them this season. Who can talk after that? Tampa Bay Rays, a win or a Red Sox loss from clinching the AL East title. Send out Scott Kazmir. He'll take care of the Tigers, right? Bottom first, Rays up 1-0. First hitter he faces, Ramon Santiago. Solo home run. Santiago's second ties it up at 1. So we go bottom third. Santiago leading off again. And guess what? Private Santiago is not a substandard Marine. His second of the game. Kazmir, yeah, that's a sign of disgust there. 2-1 Tigers. Bottom 4. Mike Hessman leading off the 4th with a home run. Man, you thought leadoff walks were a killer, right? How about leadoff home runs? And they're not done yet. In the 5th, Dusty Ryan off Kazmir. Would you believe it? 4 leadoff homers in 5 innings for Kazmir. Wow, down 4-1 there. The Tigers went on to win 7-5. A Tigers win does not help the Rays clinch the division.
In soccer, huh?
Yeah.
Scary on all counts.
Sports Center's top plays, number 10, Fred. This is Plano East versus Plano. Ryan Foster tosses back to his running back. Tobin Opurium back to Foster. Plano High wins 51-20. Everybody, by the way, outside Dallas lives in Plano. Everybody.
At number 9, preseason pucks, Lightning and Rangers. Martin St. Louis. How's that for a backhander? Up high where
Good
Mama
coaching.
keeps the cookies. And the Flying Melrose is off to Prague as we speak.
Yes, they're flying. Oh, here's the MLS Galaxy Fire at number 8, Chris Rolfe. Look at that. It's just as good the second time. Ball control. See, this is how I'm going to coach the kids.
Coach
Do that. Perfect. You're in.
See this video? Do that.
Start.
At number 7, Harding against North Alabama. A.J. Milwee downfield to Ed Gant in stride for a 90-yard scoring play. North Alabama roll.
Later for the Brewers.
At number 3, Rays and Tigers. Willie Ibar shot to second. Ryan Rayburn going up the ladder to make the grade.
Untuck them, do cheese.
And whenever we go back to Saturday, and it's not even this weekend, you know the play is great. This is Morgan State, Winston-Salem. Say hi to Edwin Baptiste, the unbelievable one-handed catch. That never gets old.
Another baseball game, Reds Astros. Roy Oswalt 22-1 in his career against Cincinnati. In the second, Danny Richard sees why. And then Wonder Red Johnny Cueto goes down swinging. Bottom second, the bases are loaded for Michael Bourne. That'll clear him off, huh? Rattle around the left field corner. Brad Osmus, Oswalt, Kazmatsui all score 3-1 Astros. Top 6, we got 2 outs. Oswald's going to go 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned, 3 Ks. Jay Bruce, what do you got for me? Nothing. The Astros win at 8-6 and still a slim chance there in the NL wild card. They are 3.5 behind the Mets. And the Brewers 4-5.
Regular season series at Shea, hosting Florida, and it began and was played as scheduled despite all the concerns about all the rain in the East. Top 1, John Baker, a base hit. Hanley Ramirez scores. Marlins 2 in the first against New York's Mike Pelfrey. Pelfrey went 6, allowed 3 earned on 8 hits. The Mets, the story again. They just couldn't get the base hit with runners on. Bases loaded in the first. Can they answer that Florida 2-spot? Top 1, Ryan Church makes a bid for a gapper here. Alfredo Amezaga, though, chases it down, and the Mets leave him loaded. It stays 2-zip. Bottom 3, Church again. 2 on. But it's the 4, 6, 3, and once again, the Mets leave a lot of guys on base. In fact, first 3 innings Friday, the Mets were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They stranded 6. Top 7, Bobby Parnell. This is the kid that Mets fans have been wanting to see out of that bullpen. El Nino. Daniel Murphy. Brett Carroll comes around. Marlins lead 4-1. Ramirez 4 for 5. He scored 3 times. Later in the inning, Josh Willingham, who homered earlier, is up for the Marlins with the bases loaded. Aaron Heilman tried the corner and missed. Hello. Way outside ball 4. Marlins win 6-1. Mets have lost 5 of 7. Another game that they just don't get that big hit.
They go with Jeff Suppan, 0-3, 10.47 ERA in September. In the second, scoreless Suppan facing Jim Edmonds. Get up and get out. Solo shot. Edmonds' 20th home run of the year. 11th career 20 home run seasons for Edmonds. Wrigley North very happy. Bottom of the inning now. Jason Kendall with the man on. 2 outs. Stays in the yard. Off the wall. The double bringing in Corey Hart all the way from first. We're tied at 1. Brewers fans, yeah, we hear you. In the 5th, still tied at 1, coming off a 5 for 5 night, 2 home runs. Micah Hoffbauer, singles to right. Mike Fontenot held up at 3rd. Hoffbauer trying to take 2nd, and Kendall, he got him. That ends the inning, and Sweet Lou, a little sour after that. We go to the 6th. Giovanni Soto up. Not good here for Cubs fans. Fouls off a pitch and shakes his left hand afterwards. Lou takes him out, no chances. That's 23 home runs, 86 RBI. You can't afford to lose him for the playoffs. Bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1. It's the all-star, Corey Hart. He's wiry. Loop single to left. Ray Durham comes in. 91st RBI for the all-star, 2-1 Brewers. Bottom 7, Ricky Weeks coming off the bench with 2 on. How about this? 3-run shot, 14th of the year. And the Brewers going to win 5-1. Weeks and company take the wild card lead, and they control their own destiny.
Bank open for the Phillies. Their NL East lead was 1 game as they began their final regular season series hosting the Nationals on a blustery night in Philly. Bottom 1, there it goes. With the filling and the oil and the going and the whole thing. Ryan Howard is league-leading 48. 3-0 Phils. What a start in the cradle of freedom. They're loaded bottom 2. Look at the homer hankies. Chase Utley, this is almost a home run off the top of the wall. It's a bases clearing double for Chase Utley. Now it's all Phils here. They're up 6-1. Just missed a grand slam. Next up, well, guess who? Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard batting .349 in September with 11 homers and 32 RBI. He delivers Utley at 7-1 Phils. It was 8-4 in the 9th. Brad Lidge into close. Perfect on the year. Appears to get Corey Castro here. Castro says he tipped it. Andy Fletcher asked for help. Call is reversed. Charlie Manuel ejected. A huge scenario at the end of the season in the umpire ejection fantasy league. It could sway the standings. One more look. Hard to tell. Charlie is gone. And somebody, we won't say who, gets the ejection. 40 for 40 for Lidge. Phils pick up another game on the Mets. Phils 2 up with 2 to play. In their final series of the season, holding a half-game AL Central lead over Chicago and hosting the Royals with Francisco Liriano on the mound. 6-0 in his previous 10 starts, but Liriano was knocked around here by the Royals. He went 4 1/3. Gave up 6 runs on 11 hits, and you'll note all the different names here. Tian, Butler, Olivo, Aviles, double left here in the 3rd. Next up, Jose Guillen drives in the game's first run. 2 batters later, 2nd and 3rd. Ryan Sheely knocks it in. Royals are up 3-0 there. Here's Sheely. Later in the inning, Alex Gordon comes up. KC adds to their lead, makes it 4-0 here as Carlos Gomez misplays this one for a run out in center. Tricky hop, sure. Top 4, Mitch Myers single. Every batter in the Royal lineup recorded a hit off Liriano. And remember, this is a guy who has been lights out since his recall from the minors. Top 5, here's Butler, his 11th. Royals roll 8-1. This is a major buzzkill for the Twins after their sweep of Chicago. Liriano goes only 4 1/3 in a game they really needed him to step up. He could not. Twins lose 8-1.
So what about the White Sox? They've lost 3 in a row, taking on the Indians. Can they take advantage? 6-0 at home this season against Cleveland. Bottom 2nd, A.J. Pierzynski playing a game we like to call Connect 4. 2-run shot, 13th of the season. Sox up 3-2. We go to the fifth now. Indians down 4-3, bases loaded. Shin-Soo Choo, the single to center. 2 runs come in, 63rd and 64th RBI for Choo. Indians now up 5-4. Later in the inning, more damage from the Indians offense. Bases loaded for Ryan Garco. Already went yard in this game. How about again? First multi-home run game, first career grand slam. Indians now up 9-4. Bottom 5 now. Jermaine Dye trying to get a couple back. 33rd home run. Dye had 3 hits, 91 RBI on the season. It's now a 3-run lead. Bottom 7, Sox down 11-7. Runners on second and third. Alexi Ramirez grounding out to short. Inning over. Long night for Ramirez. How about 0 for 5? The White Sox would leave 17 on base, and the Indians win this one 11-8. Chicago has now lost 4 in a row. They cannot make any ground on the Twins in the Central.
Tampa Bay Rays magic number at 1 to clinch the AL East as they continued their series in Detroit. Rays down 2 in the 8th, but they're loaded for Carlos Pena. Big spot. And Pena flies out. The Rays leave them loaded. It was a big night and might still be a big season for Gary Sheffield. Bottom 8 already with 1 home run in the game, make it 2. His 19th of the season. Sheff hit numbers 498 and 499 Friday. 1 more to 500 for Sheffield. Tigers up 6-3. The Rays get the tying run in scoring position in the 9th. Jason Bartlett flies out, though, and Tampa Bay loses 6-4 at Comerica. Rays just 12-13 in September, but it wouldn't matter if the Yankees could beat Boston.
So the Rays could still clinch the AL East if the Red Sox go down to the Yankees. 1 hour, 31-minute rain delay, so Daisuke scratched from the start. Bottom 1, tied at 1, not anymore. Kevin Youkilis taking on the Green Monster. 2-run shot, 29th of the year. Boston up 3-1. In the second, Johnny Damon, former Red Sox. Ball finds the Red Sox bullpen, his 17th of the year. Damon hitting .305. Cody Ransom in for Derek Jeter over the Green Monster. Solo shot. First pitch he saw, get up and get out. In the 5th inning, in the pouring rain, Ransom again. 2 pitches, 2 home runs. He finished 3 for 3, and the Yankees win 19-8. Number 10, Leslie Jackman strips the Stony Brook running back right there, going the other way. How about 57 yards for the touchdown? Hofstra defeats Stony Brook 43-3.
Oh, that's pride right there. I see down, but UConn beats the Cards.
Number 8, Nick Punto. How about the defense? Bare hand me. Getting the out. Mitch Mayer has no answer. Punto's there.
Number 7, the Astros and Braves 4-4. Bottom 9, Darren Erstad, the pinch hit walk-off of Julian Tavares. Houston won 5-4.
Number 6, Reggie Willits. Ramon Cruz thinks he has a home run. Think again. Willits. The robbery. The Rangers hit.
They're 5-0.
Number 4, Jeev Milka Singh. Par 3-7. He's in the zone. He's on target. This is number 4. How about an ace? 3rd hole-in-one of the day for the entire field.
Number 3, this is Prattville, Alabama, and Brentwood, Tennessee. Corey Shelton on the punt return. As Shelton, look at Corey Shelton matriculate the ball down the field. There he goes. Running over guys. 40-yard touchdown return. His 2nd punt return for a TD this season. Prattville beats Brentwood 26-zip.
Number 2, Astros, Michael Bourne. At 2nd, Lance Berkman, deep fly. Oh, Bourne's got some wheels, sees the green light. One's going to stop him.
That's awesome.
Are you kidding me?
He tagged up from 2nd.
Yeah, Houston wins 5-4, but they're eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh, that's why they put
Brewers
that
win.
big hill out there just for him.
Amazing.
Number 1, top play from Friday goes to the Cardinal skip Schumacher. Jerry Hairston Jr. to center. Here comes Schumacher. Makes the great diving catch. He gets himself a number 1 play. Cardinals won 7-6.